Hi, this is Joshua Kulp for Daf Shevui. We are in Masechet Ketubot, Daf Tzadi Daled, page 94. I wanted to explain today a sugya that appears on the bottom of the page of the first amud of this daf. Shnei shtarot hayotzim b'yom echad. The sugya deals with a case of two documents that have the same date. These seem to be either sale documents or gift documents. In other words, Reuven issues a document to Shimon and to Levi. Both documents are dated on the same day, and both of them are selling the same property, and we need to determine who is the receiver of the property, Shimon or Levi. Rav says we divide the property. Shimon and Levi will both get half of the property. And Shmuel says it's shuda d'daine, right? It's literally cast upon the judges, means the judges can decide to whom the property goes. And the Gemara tries to tie this in to a machloket that I wanted to explain a little bit between Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Meir that appears in Masechet Gitin, in Tractate Gitin, concerning what witnesses make a get, which usually means a divorce document, but can actually mean even a loan document, effective. According to Rabbi Elazar, it is the Edei Masira, the witnesses who see the transmission of the get, of the document, in most cases to the woman, that make it effective. In other words, a husband doesn't really even have to have a get signed. He can write for her a document, the saying by which he is divorcing her, and turn it over to her in front of witnesses. All agree, by the way, that a divorce requires witnesses. Without it, if it's just between the two of them privately, it is not effective. But those witnesses who see the transmission of the get from the husband or from the husband's agent to the woman or to her agent is what makes the get effective. And that matches Shmuel's opinion, who holds that it's shuda d'daine, that it's up to the judges. Because what happens here, the judges can go and they can say, look, let's try to find witnesses who know who got the document first. Once witnesses saw, let's say, Shimon get this sale document first, so the property belongs to Shimon at this point, and it doesn't matter whether Reuven later writes up a sale document to Levi later on the same day and has it signed on the same day or dates it the same day. It really doesn't matter, because once that document is given over to Shimon, it's Shimon's property, and it doesn't matter what Reuven does. But Rav would hold like Rebbe Meir. Rebbe Meir holds Edei Ketiva Karte, that it is the witnesses who sign on the get that make it valid. And it doesn't matter when it's given over, right? Those witnesses who sign the get are what make it valid, and it is valid from that point. And since this document is dated on the same day, and we can't determine hours, so there's really nothing we can do about it, and all we can do is divide it. Now, the Gemara rejects that. I just want to follow up on the rejection. It says, no, everybody holds that Rabbi Elazar is correct, that it's Edei Masira, witnesses to the transmission, that make the transaction valid. But they're arguing about which is more preferable, and I wanted to explain that at the end of this video. Rav holds it is better to divide the property. After all, if we divide the property, someone, right, each side is definitely not getting the whole property, but at least we're getting it 50% right. And Shmuel holds shuda d'daine, that the guess of the judge is better, because when you think of it this way, if we divide the property, we know that for sure one party has been wronged by 50%. But if the judges try to assess who gets the property, they could be right. Hopefully they'll likely be right, and we will come away with justice served. I thought that was an interesting, at least, assessment of what the pshat of Rav and Shmuel is. It's a thorny case, and I think in reality we have to recognize that when court cases come in front of judges, they almost always have to use some degree of discretion. It's very unlikely that they can just technically apply the halacha without any of their own judgment. After all, that's what judges do. They have to assess the situation and determine what is the best outcome in that given circumstance.